Hello guys and girls of YouTube, we are back again trying to make a different video from the one I made previously. We are playing in Hellcat and I'm trying to do a live audio recording on how it is that the map is being played. I did one previously on the Object 140 and that was relatively well received, so I thought I'd do one but of a lower tier. So the idea behind this is I'm looking to explain what it is I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and try and at the same time win the game. In most respects, but it's just basically how it is that I'm playing the game. Sacred Valley, standard battle, I'll bring up the map straight away. I know that a lot of the team will be going along this top road. I will try and add some features and description in after. I may have to pause some of the recording, like the voice one, do a little bit of a voiceover on that. Because of the nature of this map and the fact that I'm in a tank with hardly any armour, the last thing I really want to do is be up close and personal with people. So I'm very tempted to go up the top right. My only problem is, from this spawn, from experience, that not a lot of people go around either side, and it's more of a lost cause because I don't really have the best luck from here. So it's just a case of seeing how things go and somehow thinking that yes, people actually follow me, yes, people actually do what they should be doing. You never know. This might be the one in a million game where people actually play it properly. It's all well and just thinking about trying it. It's all a solo run, so who knows what's going to happen. And I don't want to be pushing up too far because of the fast mediums and light descend around this side. Also, I don't really want to be spotted because I don't have that much HP against what is effectively higher tier heavy tanks, which are going to be more of a pain for me. So if I can sit around the front, use coated optics to spot whatever's coming down here, at least wait for the heavies that are behind me to move up. I can get some shots over on the left, but not many, but I'm more primarily concerned with what's coming up right. And it does look to be that we've got people behind me who are actually following, which is ideal. I would have preferred more people to come up the other way, so spotting things straight away, the first thing I do is RB, just to see if I can actually see it, because there's so much cover between me and the targets in front of me, it's not likely that I'll be able to distinguish where it is normally aiming. So an RB close to where the target is will give you an indication of whether you can actually hit it or not. Now, because it's a Panther, tier 7, I'm going absolutely nowhere near it, so I'm going to have to wait for him to come up. But I know that I'm only going to be able to get one shot in before I'm going to have to move, which is going to cause an issue because it's whether I have the right time or not, especially with what could be down left, down that side. But again, I'm willing to take the risk, especially with what's behind us. Let's hope that it's favourable in me. There's quite a bit of a gap that he can probably see me through. That's the cover on the far right and left. So there's only a small amount of gap that he can actually see me through. And it does look to be that the E25 has pushed him back. So it's very unlikely that he's going to do anything coming towards me. Because they are the most likely targets to come forward, if I did want to look left, always RB and look at the same time, then you can use your left trigger to come back in again. I don't really want to push forward because I don't know what's in the middle, although I would like to. They are pushing around the left quite aggressively, and there's a couple of tanks that are slightly open, so I'm wondering, at this point, it might be better for me to go back down, especially on the premise of being spotted, and that's what I'm on about with like tanks that are sat further back. I might be able to get a shot on him. Yep, there we go. And push him back. He might stay where he is actually, because you know, people aren't exactly truly smart, and it's a bit of a stalemate there. They aren't going to push up, and at the moment it's going to be a bit of a base defense because of the people that are down here. Fortunately, it looks to be I might not even have to move. Oh, that was this poor one. One thing to notice with this tank is if you're going to aim at people without full bloom, expect to miss. See if I can get shots on people, at least from this range. There's no point in me going forward any further. I know I'm in cover by quite a bit, and I need to shoot the higher tier stuff. Hopefully I'll have a gunner that actually decides to fire properly. Unfortunately, the Comet has decided he's not going to move. Now I can start aiming at other stuff. Nice little shots in the E8. He's going to try and reverse and not able to. At the same time, I'm using my big mini-map to see where my next targets are, but they are just slightly out of range. But I know that I can see up to that point, and they are only around about F3, so I know that I'm pretty much covered there. So next stage is to go around the back. Still waiting for him to come forward. Still waiting for him to come forward. There we go. So I can get nice side shots on the Tiger. And some of the other ones, when they do decide to come, they are the big heavy tier, so that itself is not much of an issue. I have the guns to actually damage, and I would prefer... This is where the target acquisition comes in. You can actually carry on shooting stuff behind a target, i.e. tier 7s. My only issue is that we have no cover on our base, and I have nothing to spot with, so it is looking likely I'm going to have to move forward and spot them myself. But is that medium coming back? He is. He's going to need help and support. We're in a bit of a dilemma at the moment. I want to be able to make sure that the medium has cover so he can get back to base. Now, I don't presume that all of them will go into base, but that some will. Now I'm firing APCR. I was using this tank as a base XP earner beforehand, so there is a lot of ammunition in this that you wouldn't normally have, like APCR. Fortunately, it looks to be that all their tanks have decided not to go into the base. I'd shoot the KB, but I don't really have a decent shot. There you go. That's an example of poor shooting when it shouldn't have been. So I'm going to track him. Apparently, did I go through the rock? What the hell? I think I ghosted the rock and hit something behind it. As it is, now we're in a really good position. We're up with 2 tanks. I can go forward a bit further. They are going to try and base defend, but when he is spotted, and he's not bothered about going back, so okay. Fortunately, the KB2, which again, using the RB button, you can try and test when you're actually able to get a decent shot. Let's see, right, fully aimed in. And I've got to be careful with his big derp gun. One of the reasons being is it is capable of removing me in one go. He only has a medium to help him, but we've already won the game, so that doesn't really matter. Whether we should have won that one by his base cap, I don't think we should have done, but that doesn't really matter too much. Shit amount of base XP, to be perfectly honest. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I did in the game which should have helped. 2,400 damage against bigger tier targets. But yeah, that I hope gave an example of going forward and coming back and knowing what to do and trying to take into entire accounting with the map. When it comes up, I know I didn't open up the map too often because it was difficult to say, but anytime I did, I'll try and show on the minimap at the very least arrows of where it is I'm going to be looking and where I'm going to be aiming, and all that kind of extra information that's on there, and hopefully you gathered some sort of knowledge from it. What you're looking at specifically is your map locations, where it is you want to go, where it is the enemy team's going, and the decisions that you make, whether they are going to benefit you and your team. Don't forget that you don't need to YOLO swag balls everywhere, but at the same time, you need to ensure that you know that if you are going to need to have to save your team, that you might have to sacrifice something on your tank, even if it means causing a distraction and rolling past them and buggering off elsewhere on the map. But I'll put this all together and pop it all up, and if you do like it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll put more up. If you have any suggestions for any tanks you're having issues with playing, just let me know, and I'll see about getting them uploaded.